Following the prohibition of lighting a fire on Shabbat, this week's parasha returns to the task of building the Mishkan and begins with the call for donations. Kechu midchem truma laHashem. Take for yourselves donations for God. But as is immediately obvious, it's not a general call for donations, but a request for specific raw materials needed in the construction of the Mishkan. Not anything that a person wanted to give would do, but only those things needed for the building, the clothing of the Kohanim and the utensils. Why didn't Moshe Rabbeinu accept additional materials and use them for further adornments and enhancements of the Mishkan? However, Moshe Feinstein Zatzal in his Darash Moshe suggested that this decision was intended to convey an important message that a person can utilize his or her assets and wealth for the honor of God, even without donating it directly to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to the Mishkan in this case. As he wrote, even that which each person keeps for himself can be used for the honor of heaven and the will of God by realizing that it's been given by God, which one should utilize and through which one should be glorified for the honor of heaven. And if in everything one must perform the will of God, and not only in the construction of the Mishkan and the like, which are things that are understood and known by all. Had Moshe Rabbeinu allowed the people to donate as many materials as they wished towards the Mishkan, they may have reached the erroneous conclusion that the only way to sanctify one's possessions, to fulfill the dictum of Kabed et Hashem mehonecha, to honor God with your wealth, is by donating funds to sacred institutions. Moshe sought to teach the people that that's wrong, that in truth, the way one conducts himself or herself, uses his assets, his wealth, is a reflection, can be a reflection of godliness and holiness. If a person's wealth is used to give honor and dignity to a life of Avodat Hashem, and to enable a person to devote his time and energies to the practice and the study of Torah, then this too facilitates the Kedusha, the sanctification of his assets. Therefore, Moshe Rabbeinu urged the people to refrain from bringing further materials in order to keep their possessions, and that way impress upon them the importance of using one's own assets in the service of God, beyond the obvious need to contribute towards important causes towards such as the Mishkan. How we live our lives, how we use our wealth can be ways of Kedusha, even if we keep them to ourselves.